We're getting set for a block party when we come back. This episode of Connected with Kelly is sponsored by Pickers Vodka, proudly made in Nashville, Tennessee. So Pickers is a tribute to the musicians whose sounds fill the air in Music City. Pickers Vodka is distilled 11 times from non-GMO corn, and it's gluten-free. My new favorite is the Pickers Unplugged Vodka Soda. They're in cans. They are only 96 calories, 0 carbs, great flavors. You need to give them a try. Visit pickersvodka.com to find out more or to order online. Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Connected with Kelly. Priscilla Block has a brand new album. I love this girl so much. She blew up on TikTok. You know her from songs like Thick Thighs, Peaked in High School, and Just About Over You. She's going to tell us all about her brand new album, how it all came about. Plus, we're finding out what her headlining tour is going to be like. So let's get connected with Priscilla Block. You have an album. Tell me all about this. I'm just I've waited for this moment, not as much as you have, but I've waited for this moment, and it makes me so happy to say, welcome to the Block Party is out. It's here.
Welcome to the Block Party, baby. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. This is just, I can't believe this moment's here. These songs are just so much of me. I mean, you listen to it and it's like, whether it's the sad girl songs or whether it's the big old FU songs, that's like, I'm going to the bar and I'm getting drunk. You know, there's kind of it all on here. And I'm so proud of it. I poured my heart and soul into every single song on here. And even coming down to creating the cover and all of the art behind it, like I was so strategic in every single choice that I made. Not strategic, but like there was a reason why I did things the way that I did for this album.
Right. I want to dive into it. But first, let's talk about how this has come about, because obviously, you know, you've been working towards this. This has always been a goal from the moment that you moved here. And, you know, even that day where you were ready to give up and you were ready to go home, you still had in the back of your mind that you always wanted to do an album. So this one, I feel like for any artist, is always the one that's going to mean the most because you've put the most work into it and that these songs have lived with you. So which song on this album have you had the longest?
Ooh, I think the one that I've had the longest is Welcome to the Block Party. Ironically.
Really? That's so funny. When did you write this? Give me some details on it.
Welcome to the Block Party is a song that I wrote almost 5 years ago. And pre-record deal, everything. And one of my buddies came over to my house and he said, do you have a song called Block Party? And I'm like, no, and he goes, you know, you call your fans the Block Party. You talk about this block party. We should write the song. And we wrote it in my living room that day. And it became the song that as a band, we have started playing at the beginning of all of our shows. It's Welcome to the Block Party. Hey, it's me. It's Priscilla. We're about to light this place up. And so I went into the recording room, and that was one of the songs that just, I knew in my heart it was meant to stay a live song. Yeah. You know, for whatever reason, going into production, it just never had that energy that it did live. So I decided to title the album Welcome to the Block Party. And we introed the album with about a 30-second clip of that song.
Yeah.
And we pulled some of my biggest moments of this past year. I'm pretty sure your voice is on it.
I think I might be. I think I was listening to it and I was like, listen to all the things that she's done. I mean, it had you doing your Opry debut. It had so many of these milestone moments. And for that to be condensed down in 30 seconds, when you heard that the first time,
oh, I had chills. I was like, yes, this is it. This is so cool. I want people to turn on right when you turn on the album that, holy crap, we need to get to a live show. Like I wanted listeners to feel that and somehow connect the album with the live show.
Right. Absolutely. So now that it's out and we've got all of the songs, and I know some of these songs are already ones that we're familiar with. Obviously, Peaked in High School, which you have put out and people have listened to and been talking about. A lot of my friends are like, that is so good. Like we talk about it all the time. We all know a few of those people that, you're like, well, yeah, Peaked in High School, but also just about Over You being such a huge hit and really kind of the cornerstone of all of this. What are the songs that people might not be familiar with when you've put this out now that you really want them to be like, okay, if you loved the ones you've already heard, check this one out next. This is the next one I want you to listen to.
There's something really special about I Know a Girl. It really explains a lot of my childhood and just why I am the way that I am. And, it's that whole feeling of there's moments in my life that I really thought that I was never going to get past. And but I had it in me and I got through. That song's really special. Ever Since You Left is just a sassy, trashy banger. It is like, if you thought that I was just crying my eyes out in a tube of ice cream because you broke my heart, actually I'm at the bar flirting with your friends. So that's like the whole vibe with that song. It's really fun. You got like every vibe I feel like is on this album. You got the sass, the trash, the sad. I don't know. I'm so excited.
When you said it in the way that you said it, I'm like, oh my God, that needs to be a t-shirt at your show. Sass, trash, and sad. Bring it on to the block party.
Yes, that's me. But like these songs are, anybody that knows me knows I'm like laughing or trying to make everybody laugh, or I'm like crying my eyes out. And like that is this album. Like there are those songs that rip your heart out. And there's also songs like Thick Thighs and Peaked in High School.
Well, and here's the thing though, you are so genuine to who you are. You wear your heart on your sleeve. You don't try to pretend to be somebody else. You're not, as my grandma would say, you don't put on, which I love, because there are so many people that when they come into this industry, they try to be something that they're not because they think that's going to get them accepted. That's going to get them in the party. But then they have to keep that facade up their entire career. And either it falls apart or it just becomes exhausting. And, they have some kind of a come to Jesus where they're like, no, this really isn't who I am. I got to tell you who I really am. You coming in being unabashedly Priscilla Block and being everything that we see and love. There has to be some kind of peace about that, like knowing this is me, take it or leave it. And everybody seems to love what you've got to offer.
I think it would be really exhausting for me. I've tried being something that I'm not. When I first moved to Nashville, I wanted to be Taylor Swift and I was the girl with my guitar and how cute. But I also thought that I had to sound like Carrie Underwood, and there was a time of my life like that. And it was really when I wrote Thick Thighs that like there was a whole shift in my artistry. And I'm like, this is cool. You mean to tell me I can sing about me and be unapologetically me and people like it? Like it definitely, there was a process to get there, but I'm going to call myself out on everything that I can before anybody else can. It's like, if there's ever a magazine out there calling me fat, at least I have a song called Thick Thighs.
Girl, listen, but I also wonder, how much do you attribute that to having a platform like TikTok where you feel like the connection there is so personal with your fans that you feel like you're talking to your friends, like, hey guys, what do you think about this song? And that you could release it there versus I'm going to put this out, on a huge album and then have to wait and get that feedback. Like your feedback on that was instantaneous.
It just happened like that. And now I've realized, wow, this platform's insane. Mm-hmm. But it was all I knew how to do. Live shows, the pandemic, was here. I wasn't able to play live shows. And that's how artists really test out new songs to see what the response is. Like with a live audience, hey, here's this new song. What do you think? And you can get that reaction. For me, I'm in my apartment, world shut down. I can't play shows. And somehow I was able to be like, wait, what if I just try and get that same response on social media? Ask people, what do they like? Do you like this? Do you not? Do you think I should cut this? Not? I mean, I had no clue it was going to like become this huge viral storm with Just About Over You, where fans are crowdfunding the recording of it. And it completely blew my career up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and the interesting thing is to get to that level, you've got to have the songs to get to that level. But then, Priscilla, to have an album out and to have all of these songs, like all of the things that you were working on before prepared you for that moment. Like you got that moment, but it wasn't luck. It was all of the work and all the sweat and tears and the days that you were sitting there writing by yourself or, you know, working with a co-write, trying to make things happen that got you prepared. So when that moment happened, you could run with it and like, look at what's happening now. I don't know. I feel like a proud mom. I'm like, oh, look at my girl. She's killing it.
I love that. Thank you. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. I was just saying this the other day. Thank God I never got signed before I did. I remember like being new to Nashville and just like, you know, I mean, I would sit in my house and me and my friends would have branding meetings and we'd be making Pinterest boards of what Priscilla Block looked like. And at that time I didn't know myself like I do now. Like now I can truly unapologetically be myself. Either people are going to like it or they don't. And I'm cool with that. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. What was the biggest heartbreak that happened to you that you look back now and realize it was the thing that you needed to push you forward?
Probably just the guy that this whole album was about. You know, I had my heart really broken, and it's crazy when you see a life with somebody and then all of a sudden that kind of stops. I was literally just broken for so long, but because of that, I wrote Just About Over You. Because of that, these songs are here. And I mean, man, if I look back and like could just tell myself like, girl, like it's just part of the process. You're going to be fine. You know, maybe don't drink as much. Why did you text him at 3 a.m? I don't know. Chill out. He'll be texting you at 3 a.m. when you're all over the radio.
Is that true?
Oh, you know, they always just like to pop in. Hey girl, what's up?
Hey girl, heard that song on the radio. Is that about me?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. The amount of people that like think it is about them are like, no.
See, but that's the thing. You've got the beauty of you don't have to tell who it's about and you can let them all think it's about them.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the Carly Simon method, right? Just don't ever tell anybody what it's about. Through these, since you mentioned that this was kind of all spurred because of heartbreak, how many of these songs are related to that one particular heartbreak?
I would say probably 11 out of 12. Yeah, I mean, you know, when I wrote these songs, I was going through a time, whether the song is about heartbreak or about something else, it was still on my mind. And I think that when you're going through something, it allows you to be maybe a little bit more vulnerable in the room that you wouldn't have been.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, too, now that this is out, it's so fantastic that people who are younger than you that are listening to this, girls who are the next generation that are listening to this, now have a playbook. Like, okay, cool. Like my heart's broken. I'm going to put on Block Party. I'm going to, first of all, start off with a great time and then work my way through all the way through this incredible album. Wish You Were the Whiskey, get down to that, have another drink, then keep on moving on, Just About Over You. Was it chronologically laid out in that way?
Yeah, I wanted to take people on a journey. With Just About Over You being the first single and now it's My Bar. I want people to be like, okay, she was devastated in Just About Over You. And here's
Right.
like this confident, like, this is my bar song. How did she get there? What's the story? And you can really dive into that in this album. And I mean, every single thing with the pictures, the order I planned out and I spent time on it. I listened through and through to it on airplanes, like back to front, making sure it flowed right. And yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, so since you're a huge Taylor fan, are there Easter eggs that we need to be looking for or listening for?
Yes. There are a lot of Easter eggs right inside the cover.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, if you look at that Welcome to the Block Party cover, you will find a ton.
Really? Okay. So that leads me to, can we hopefully somewhere in the future get this on vinyl?
Yes. Yes, the vinyl is available right now for pre-order.
There it is. Because to me, like seeing it in a big vinyl and looking at it and looking at those Easter eggs and finding them, oh my gosh, now we've got so much to tweet and talk about and like go on. Oh, this is fun. So we're going to go down the rabbit hole of finding all of the things that are on there. Can you give us a hint to get us started? This is like giving us the first letter in Wordle. I just need like a starting point.
Okay. I feel like they're so obvious, but maybe not. The hint would be My Bar.
Okay. My Bar. Okay. Now we know where to start. Block Party fans, hang out with me. We'll just go over and have a whole discussion. I'll get in with all of the fans and friends. We'll be finding all of the little gems that are here. Let's talk about everything that's going on spring and summer. Give me what your calendar looks like, because I can't even fathom. Is there one specific day where you don't have something planned coming up?
No. I am just all over the place right now, but the Welcome to the Block Party tour is coming up, like my first headlining tour. What? It's crazy. So, just getting through this album launch, which is so exciting and big moments. But yeah, I'm about to hit the road hard and, start building my hard tickets and giving the fans the coolest shows that they've ever seen in a club.
I know that there's a whole lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. I know that this is like the time that, there's so much happening with building out the schedule and making sure the merch is there. And, I can't even fathom the planning stage. What's it like for you when you get to step on that stage? What do you think it's going to be like the first night opening your headlining tour, stepping onto the stage?
I'm probably just going to cry the whole time, honestly. It's special. Anytime that I get out up on stage, I love performing. There's nothing like playing with my band. And just that feeling with everybody, like, holy crap, we did it. It's cool. I can look back at every single bandmate and be like, wow, we did it.
Thank you so much, girl. I can't wait to see you on the road.